Last time on Magical Miss, Willa gets bombarded with texts the next day from Mila. Mila says she's staying in town despite the storm evac announcement. Shortly after, Colleen announces on the Discord that she's also going to stay in town to get footage of Pink and Blue, where Willa, as Blue, makes a burner account for the Discord to tell Colleen that she's being dumb and that she needs to get out of town. Turns out, a lot of people are staying in town. Aaron, Lene, Jake, and a majority of the Diamante sports seniors. The entire morning, Izzy, Willa, Benny, and Daisy put their heads together and successfully make a plan to get all the idiotic kids off the beach. A party at Carbondale, hosted by Crystal. Izzy does more research on finding more magical people or cryptids to help with the battle against Mariana, and she finds out Victoria bought out the wet goods store and is planning on building a bookstore. Izzy shows the team a PowerPoint she actually made just in case they get a chance to convince Zoe to switch sides. There's a lot of things on the burners. Talk to Victoria, recruit sea people, and keep people off the beach. So what does the team do? Split the party! We got Team Bookstore with Izzy, Benny, Daisy, and Sam, and Team Recruit with Willa, her boys, Dirk, and Henrietta. It's time to set your watches. We have until 6:59 p.m. to get all of this sorted. Welcome to Magical Miss.
So does Team Bookstore want to go first, or does Team Ocean want to go first?
Can rock, paper, scissors it?
Sure.
Would there be is there going to be a delay though? I don't know.
We can both close our eyes. I can just watch.
Okay.
All right.
I'll shoot. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, are we doing best 2 out of 3 or just rock?
Well, it's one of those things that, the more you know somebody, the more likely you are to match in rock, paper, scissors, because your brains just are, on that wavelength you guys match.
If we don't maintain eye contact, maybe it'll be different. Let's just go.
Okay. We go on shoot. We'll do 2 out of 3.
Okay.
We'll just stay our eyes closed, and we'll just tell us who wins, okay?
Okay, and tell us if we keep on tying.
Okay, got it.
Ready? Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay, you matched.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right, that's a point for G9.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
That is also a point for G9.
Okay, Team Ocean it is.
Damn, okay.
This is why Willa and Izzy also did in real life. They're
All right, who is the narrative going to focus on for right now? Rock, paper, scissors, go.
Who's leaving base first?
Right? Who's taking to what car?
Yeah.
Yep. So
right. Yeah.
So how are you getting to the ocean? Because you have Caleb and Josh in tow, as well as Henrietta and Dirk.
Well,
if you're bringing them with you.
Well, I can't leave Henrietta by herself in Daisy's loft. I guess Henrietta, everyone's just gonna come with us. We're splitting the party, but everyone's staying together.
Okay.
Oh, that's 5 people. Jesus. Caleb did drive himself over to the pool, so maybe we can climb into his car, or maybe Josh. I don't want Josh to run into his dad though. Maybe we'll just bop over to yeah, sure. We'll do something like that. Right?
Caleb smiles and goes, I'd love the drive. I've got plenty of space. I think we can fit 5. Willa, you'll take front seat.
Okay.
And Chase, do you want to check out and make sure you watch the kids? And you see Josh's face kind of fall, and Dirk goes, I'm only 2 years younger than you guys. 3 years younger than you, dude. And in that moment, you realize that Dirk and Caleb have never really interacted before.
Oh, shoot. Right. Okay. Okay. Debriefing. Caleb, this is Dirk. Dirk, this is Caleb. Dirk does cool art stuff.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. And Dirk kind of looks and goes, not that good. It's just stuff.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
He looks a little proud, but he doesn't want to show it. So he just kind of like puts his Minecraft hoodie up and closes the hood a little bit. He turtles into the hood. Yeah. But yeah, you guys get in the car, and as Caleb is driving to some lo-fi beats to chill and study to, you notice that the streets are a lot less populated.
Yeah.
Like, most everybody has heeded the warning. Like,
Good.
there are a couple people that are, like, going to the grocery store and things, and, you know, you see a couple people filling, like, the back of their cars with packets of water.
They like doomsday things.
Oh, yeah.
There's no bread on the shelves.
There's no bread, there's no toilet paper, there's no nothing.
Excellent. All right. Well, at least they're away from the beach.
And as you pull up to the beach, you see that there is Glenn's trusty truck in the parking lot. You see that there are, like, a lot of the seniors are leaving. So, like, there's a lot of cars leaving. And then also you see, like, Department of Natural Resources, like, state trucks.
Oh.
And you see that Glenn is, like, on the beach and, like, kind of going back and forth as some like, state rangers are checking on the beach, and you see a couple, like, looking at the water levels and things like that. So you've got many eyes on the beach still.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Can I propose an idea? Willa and Izzy always go to the beach all the time. Can they have their own, like, special secluded spot that no one else knows about? So maybe it's like a cool little tide pool area?
There's definitely a cool little tide pool area. It's just on the other side of Jake's boat shack.
Okay. How far is that in relation from our car to that?
Like, you can park by it, essentially, but it's, like, on the far end of the parking lot. So it's, like, they'll notice that the car is there.
Okay.
But, like, they would not be able to immediately catch you.
That's fine. That's fine. They don't know where our secret friendship tide pools are.
They don't know nothing about the secret friendship tide pool.
No, they don't know nothing about it. Oh, God. I wish Izzy was with me. Then we can do sneaky stuff. Oh, well. Wait, Dirk, can you, I don't know, make us invisible? Or can you make cool, you know, in Harry Potter where they have the invisibility blanket? Can you make that?
The invisibility blanket, of course. And Dirk looks and goes, how would I draw that?
Can you, like, it's like how you somehow put personality into Henrietta. Can you, like, put in the feeling of, I want this to be making people invisible if it wraps around a person?
He sits and he, like, you see him kind of, like, pull out, like, a smaller sketchbook, like, it fits in his pocket. And he goes, no, because the whole thing of it is that it's an illusion of the light. So you would have to, and he starts sketching in his little sketchbook, and he, like, shows you a little, like, crude pen sketch. And he's like, the whole thing of it is that I would have to draw essentially whatever we were going through, because that would be what is seen through it. Like, you can't just draw.
Yes, you can, but, like, when the kids are holding it without putting it over themselves, it looks like a carpet rug.
Roll plus mystical.
7.
He sits there and he goes, I can try, but it's not going to be immediate. I haven't done that. And, like, who knows even if...
Can you draw a firecracker?
Yeah.
Draw me a firecracker. Please.
And you see Josh, like, sits up and goes, what are you going to do?
Distraction!
Oh my God. And you see Dirk kind of gets, like, a glint in his eye, and he goes, all right. And you see him pull out his little paintbrush, and he does need to transform for it. So he's like, nobody look at me.
I, like, turn away from him.
Henrietta's like this. And you see that Josh covers her eyes. She goes, hey! As Dirk transforms, and he's like, it's like the one friend that you drive to a con in their cosplay, and everybody else brought theirs to change into at the convention. And so Dirk's just sitting there in a very
really stuffy looking jacket.
Very stuffy jacket and, like, very bright colors, and he's just like, okay. And he paints it pretty quickly, and he hands you a little firecracker.
Could you also paint me a lighter? I don't have one on me.
He just pulls out a lighter.
Oh, why do you have a lighter? You don't smoke, do you?
He looks a little embarrassed and turns away.
Bad.
I don't do it a lot.
That's bad. No, you're not edgy or cool. That's shitty.
Caleb turns around and goes, smoking kills. So does vaping. Hey kids, it's Caleb, your friendly neighborhood swim boy. Just letting you know.
Instead of Sailor Moon says, it's Caleb McCartney says. I get out of the car and I light the firecracker and I huck it over to where all like the government people are.
Roll me a clash.
7.
Yeah.
Wait, can I spend a power point to upgrade it to a crit success?
Yeah.
Yes, thank God. Thank God.
Okay, that's a crit success.
Okay. Yep, you huck this thing and you see that it like falls right at a couple of like state rangers' feet. And it immediately starts crackling and you see them jump and go, holy shit. And you see one guy starts to call reinforcements, but they seem pretty well distracted by it.
Okay, I take this opportunity, gather everyone. I'm like, go, go, go! And I sprint over to the area to get into the tide pools.
Yeah. What exactly do the tide pools like look like?
So what I'm thinking is that obviously during low tide, there's a bunch of it's like a okay, rocks in the back, cliffs, but like the tide pools are also, oh my god, so stupid. It's like the tide pools from Stardew Valley, and there's like little deeper pools where like starfish like to hang out over there sometimes, but it's there's like rocks that like kind of enshroud the area, so you would have to like really peek your head over the corner to see who's beyond the corner. So if someone was standing at a very far distance, they wouldn't see it because of the wall.
Perfect. Yeah. And how deep are these pools?
Deepest is probably, I don't know, up to your ankle.
Roll me a be vigilant check.
That's out of the box. Be vigilant. I don't like that. 4.
Yeah.
4.
Oh, this is delightful.
Oh no.
You start to walk forward and like, this is a safe place. You and Izzy have been here so many times. Like, you've been here so many times. You know this place like the back of your hand. Like, you once found like a really cool shell in one of them, and like as you're walking by, you don't think to check. Because why would you? It's the tide pools.
Oh no.
Until you feel a hand grab your ankle and start to pull you down.
Who's grabbing my ankle? Who's grabbing my ankle? Can I see under the water?
Because as you start to feel kind of pulled towards this pool, you see that like 2 eyes come up from the top, and it's a rather shock of blue hair, and seems like Zoe is hanging out right down there.
Fuck.
I need you to roll me a very quick physical check to see if you take any damage from her grip.
Oh, absolutely not. That is an 11.
Yep. So you feel rejuvenated and like not poisoned, which is great.
My adrenaline is protecting me.
Yeah, it's like the mom lifting a car off a baby kind of energy.
Yeah, I like yelp because I wasn't expecting that at all, and I stop everyone behind me.
They comically pile up a la Scooby-Doo.
No! I pull up my flaming sword, I'm like, let go of my foot!
And she holds on a little bit tighter and she goes,
I don't think that's gonna be the best plan.
Well, you grabbing onto my foot is also not a good plan.
Put the sword down.
Let go of my foot.
I asked you first.
Let go of my foot.
No,
Yeah.
not until I know you won't hurt me.
Are you sure? Because you hurt me pretty bad the last time.
she squeezes.
I disapparate the sword, and I'm like, if you pull me under, I'm pulling out the sword again.
She lets go of your ankle and like the ring climbs out, and you see that she looks a little worse for wear.
Oh.
Like, she does not look good. She's in, like, her transformation, but she looks weak. And she just kind of, like, sits on the edge of the pool with her feet still in it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know these pools. They're regular water. It's not ripped water. And that seems to be taking an effect on her.
Oh.
And she kind of looks and she goes, I either need to kill you right now, or you need to kill me.
Why? Is Mariana upset with you? She trying to get you?
She shakes her head and she goes, I'm not supposed to be here. I haven't been supposed to be here this long. I failed. And she looks over and she goes, and I'm sure that you've hidden Daisy away, haven't you?
I'm not going to answer that question.
She narrows her eyes and she goes, please, Willa, I'm dying. I can't exactly do anything to you. I've been cut off. I can't survive like this. I'm not supposed to be like this.
Do you want to be back into a jellyfish or a human? You're not supposed to be like this, like your whole transformation? Is that what you mean?
She like brings her knees to her chest and she goes, I'm just from the ocean. That's all I'm supposed to be. I was given all of this power, this ability. And like she kind of lifts her hand and you see like a little spurt of like acid come out of her hand, but it's like really pitiful.
Uh-huh.
She's like, because I failed, I'm not being sustained anymore by the powers that gave this to me. So I either die like this, what I'm not, or I can find a way home, but I can't get in there. I've been stuck in here, and now you showed up with all of these people. And she looks and goes, hey, Josh. And Josh goes, me?
Willa thinks for a minute. She looks between everyone. She's like, who's the bigger phone screen?
Caleb raises his hand.
Okay, good. And I take his phone and I load up the PowerPoint. I load up the PowerPoint that Izzy has. I'm like, I know you said you were dying, but Izzy did make a PowerPoint if we did run into you. If you wanted to join us and like beat the shit out of Mariana and Absalom, and maybe you can. 17 slides with the bibliography at the end if you really care.
Roll with advantage. And it's a convincing one.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Let's go. 5 plus 3 and 8. That's a 10.
Mm-hmm. She kind of squints and she looks at it and she goes,
It is a nice looking PowerPoint.
It is. She made this at 6 in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah, today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that is impressive. Even in my short time here, I haven't been able to figure out the nuances of creating an attractive yet informative PowerPoint.
It's all on Banva. That's all you need.
Oh.
and she kind of squints and she looks and she goes,
It won't be incredibly helpful. I really don't feel very good, but I mean, it's either die like this or have a chance to go home, right?
I'm gonna try to do. Does she look like injured, or does she look like she has like a status condition on her?
she looks like in Back to the Future when like the kids were disappearing.
Oh,
Like she
okay.
looks like
Maybe it's like a status condition then, probably. So I am going to try to purify touch her and to see if I can get rid of the icky feeling she has.
go for it.
Oh, fuck me. Fuck me. That is a 5. And I get, what do I get? I think I get the mundane condition.
Yeah, you need to roll me a mental check, please.
No. All these shitty rolls. It's a 6.
Yeah.
God damn.
You place your purifying touch on her and the world goes into negative.
Mm.
And like everybody around you is frozen and like the colors are all flopped. But you see a being that is like kind of crouched by one of the tide pools, and they start to stand. And like they kind of keep going. They're incredibly tall. And it looks vaguely shaped like Absalom, but as he gets closer, you see that like there's tentacles coming from this being. And it brings a tentacle up and like caresses your face. You hear this very like uncomfortably melodic voice come to you. And it's like,
"Oh, Willa O'Bryant. Not that easy. Like to see you try that on me?"
and you take 3 damage.
So I like.
And like Zoe kind of looks at you as you come back to everything, and your boys are like at your side, like flanking you.
I'm fine. Is Absalom really that tall?
And Zoe looks and goes, "No, he wears lifts in his shoes."
Oh, wow, what a weenie. Does he wear like the really funky looking cowboy boots?
She nods and she goes, "I mean, they're kind of stylish."
Okay, that's stupid though. Cowboy boots with a business suit? Absolutely not. I'm not a fashionable person, but that was disgusting. Stanley? I whip him out of my fanny pack. And I'm like, this is Zoe. I don't think you've met her before.
He looks and goes,
This is the one that tried to kill me the other day.
"So why are we talking to her?"
Because she doesn't look so good.
And you see him like get his sleeves up and he's like, "Let me at her, come on." Once more.
Why I wanna?
But you see Zoe kind of like softens and she like looks and goes, "You're from the rift." Stanley kind of looks and goes, "Was it Thuya?" And you hear her start to like speak a very stilted kind of language that Willa, you can understand it.
Oh,
Like it's starts off unintelligible, but you start to hear her kind of like start to say words and you're like, "Oh yeah, I know this." But the rest of your group looks a little confused. Like you see Henrietta's like squinting like as she's trying to figure it out, and Dirk looks concerned, but your boys are like, "Fuck is happening?"
okay.
And you see that they're having a conversation and Zoe's like asking questions about the rift and Stanley's like giving some answers like very gingerly. And she says something that gets you and is like, she mentions, she's like, "I was just an ordinary creature. And then I was touched by the rift here. And I don't know if I belong in the sea or in the rift. I don't know where I'm supposed to go now, and I hate having this body, and what am I supposed to be?" And Stanley kind of looks and goes, "That's not really something I can answer." And he looks to you, Willa, and goes, "Do you really know what to do in this kind of thing?"
I mean, I tried to heal her of whatever condition she was experiencing, and that backfired absolutely wrong. Like,
He looks and is like, "What do you mean it backfired?"
Absalom appeared in my brain, and then he touched me, and now I feel kind of gross. It was all tentacly, like a Cthulhu.
Stanley's face falls, and he looks over, and then he looks back, and he looks over, and he's like, "Okay. Willa, don't touch Zoe anymore.
I have to try.
I applaud you for that, but this is a little bit deeper and darker than we had anticipated."
I don't like that pun, Stanley.
He looks and he goes, "I was trying to be discreet here, Willa."
Well, I'm looking at Zoe and I'm thinking to myself, like, is she gonna be like on our side now? Just like does she look like she would be able to at least help in a fight?
She looks like she could try, but there's no guarantee she would survive a fight.
Okay. Does it look like she needs rift water on her?
You don't know.
Okay.
She, like, her feet are still in the water, and you see her, like, start to sink down, and she goes,
What exactly is your plan?
We wanna...
Henrietta's like, we're gonna think about it.
Yes, by doing that, we are trying to recruit more sea creatures to do something against Mariana. I don't know, maybe some, like, really sassy dolphins.
She looks, and, she goes,
Well, the dolphins are going to be quite sassy if you talk to them, but it should be okay.
Any sea creature that can poke back, essentially.
she smiles, and she goes,
You should try some of the anemones because they'll have natural kind of toxicity. And really the only things that do well within them are clownfish because they have certain...
I know that.
Protections.
I've watched Nemo. I know that much.
inshallah, they find him. And she kind of sits and thinks, and she goes,
The dolphins might be helpful and going to be too close to the shore for any, like, orcas or really sharks, but you could try. And there are certain to be other kinds of jellyfish and things like that.
Would you be able to talk to them?
she looks down at herself, and she's like,
I don't know if they would accept what I am now.
roll to convince someone.
Get try!
Change your hair.
Oh, 12!
Close. And you see her stand up, and she looks at you, and she goes,
I could at least try, though. Because it's...
and she kind of, like, shakes her head and goes,
You know, to be punished for one mistake this badly isn't very cool.
No. No.
mark down that you have a cooperative relationship with Zoe.
Oh, wow.
The twist no one was expecting.
The thick plottins.
Da 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 da.
Wow.
Izzy,
Oh God.
Teen Bookstore. Whose
Teen
car did you
Bookstore.
take?
Benny's.
Oh, all right. So you're in the back seat with Daisy, and you see that she's not wearing like her jacket. She's just wearing like kind of like a camisole and like jeans, and she looks to be like a little sweaty, like almost as if she's overheating.
Daisy, do you want like the air conditioner on? Like, do you want to take the jacket off?
And no, I'm good. I'm cool. I'm good. I'm okay.
What aren't you telling me?
And like her hair is up in a ponytail, like off her neck, and you see that the mark on her is getting like more saturated. And she's like, "No, I'm good. Everything is fine. And how are you? How are you doing?"
Is she just like squinting at her? Is she just squinting at her long and hard? And she just says, if anything happens or gets worse, you tell me, because I can also see that mark on the back of your neck.
Daisy like touches it, and she's like, "I just had a freaky dream, and it's still kind of sticking with me, but it's a dream. I'm not prophetic. Like, it's not gonna happen. And you're here." And she like puts like a hand towards the front where Benny's driving and goes, "Benny's here, and we're all alive, and we're here, and it's fine."
We are all alive. We are here. Just be careful, because a lot of those mind tricks, some of the times you might not know if it's real or not, if they try to incept you again. So just come up with a mantra, maybe? You think maybe that'll work? like a chant, like
Roll a
like that.
persona. Roll a persona for me for mantras and positive affirmations.
A strong, independent woman.
Well, I think 9.
She like looks over and like she's like trying to hold back some giggles, and she's like, all right, you want to do some affirmations? You want to count our blessings?
I mean, I was thinking kind of like in with Hunger Games with Katniss Everdeen, like saying like I'm Katniss Everdeen. I am from District 13, like something like that. Like a grounding mantra statement. Please don't laugh.
And she chuckles and she goes, I mean, Katniss was from District 12, but good. I get your point.
Fuck, right.
And
Willa was a lot more into that book series.
She takes your hand and she goes, okay. I am Daisy Schwartz. I am alive. I have a kick-ass girlfriend. And the world's not gonna end. And Benny goes, and your brother is the greatest person on the planet.
Debatable.
And you see her like reach her leg across and kick the seat. And Sam turns around from the front seat and goes, don't worry, I had a dream once that like the whole world turned into bugs, and that hasn't really happened, so like I don't know if dreams really would be prophetic, like I think we'll be okay there at least. And I had a dream last night that like we all really needed like a milkshake, and so we went and like got milkshakes, which I mean I wouldn't mind, but Benny,
milkshakes after this, Sam?
I mean, it could be nice, but I was just trying to say, like, maybe dreams aren't always like important. And you see that they look like a little uncomfortable.
No,
they're like,
that's a total fair point. And like sometimes dreams are just dreams, and then sometimes you're imagining that the dog is completely submerged underwater and just chilling there with like 12 little babies next to them. Like you just don't know what's happening, then you wake up and have no idea why it was like that. That's totally normal.
Benny pulls up in front of the soon-to-be Victory's bookstore, and he goes, well, maybe Victoria will have a lovely little book on dream interpretation for us all.
That's great. Let's go do that. And Izzy hops out of the car after it is solidly parked and helps Daisy out.
Oh yeah.
Or like runs around and opens her door for her.
Oh. She kind of gives you a grin and goes, oh my gosh, how polite.
Milady.
Milady? Is he kind of like just back?
Oh my god, never do that again.
I mean, I'm supposed to be like the fairy godmother, so I mean, I should probably have some good manners.
She goes, yeah, you're doing great. You're doing great.
You don't think so? You thought it was weird.
No, and she takes your hand and she goes, no, it was
voice.
She goes, that's totally unnecessary, but thank you.
My dear.
She like giggle snorts and then looks a little embarrassed at the noise she made.
Izzy is grinning like an idiot.
You hear the door to the bookstore open and you hear Victoria go, all right, you lovebirds, you get inside. You know, the storm looks like it's about to come up.
Izzy says, thank you so much, and enters the building after Daisy.
Yeah. It is, as Victoria kind of mentioned, it is very cluttered. It's very cluttered. There's a lot going on there. And, like, there's boxes everywhere. There's shelves that are empty. And, like, you see, like, there's just, like, knickknacks and things all over the place. Like, almost as if the Fields didn't totally clean out the store before they left.
Izzy perches herself on like whatever sturdy surface there is, whether that's like a stack of a box of books or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
And tries to like settle in and get comfy on like the non-existent chairs.
Yeah.
So I know I didn't say much over the phone, and it's honestly very funny that you came here to Diamante and you chose this store. Because there's a little bit of history, something with the previous store owners, which is kind of funny, if you think about it. Because paranormal-ish stuff kind of happened to them. And you're also into paranormal stuff, and you are here. And we were just wondering, what kind of, besides the individual that you gave me the number of to investigate that necklace, if you had any other contacts nearby, whether human and or not.
She like stops at or not and like looks over and goes, "Kids, what exactly are you looking for? Like, what exactly do you need? Because if you're interested in monster hunting and the occult, like that, there's a league that is kind of the Tri-Cities down here that we can get you into the monthly meetings, but like."
So not exactly like that. I was thinking more like, well, not exactly like, but like Thomas, the ghost from the ski lodge. Kind of like him, but able to move around freely and interact with objects of modern day, and possibly help prevent a very deep, dark creature from the ocean coming up to the surface and possessing a body. If anyone could help us prevent that.
Roll to convince someone.
Can I have advantage because Victoria would be super into this?
You can have
Oh
advantage.
god, it's okay. Okay. Convince someone. Yet. That's a 9.
She like kind of listens intently and she goes, "Something deep and something dark, huh?"
The Deep Dark. Also called the Deep Dark for those that know it.
She kind of nods and she goes, "So you're looking for reinforcements?" And she starts going through like a box and you see her like picking up books and like dusting them off and then putting one to the side and like looking through as if she's looking for a specific tome.
Reinforcements is probably the best way to put it, to help prevent the Deep Dark from coming up to the surface and possessing someone, and then, I guess, coming back to the surface and bridging the gap between the rift and the human world and probably submerging it into the ocean. End of life as we know it,
Victoria kind of looks up as you see her, she's got like a big old book that it looks to have like an old-timey like ship embossed on the front. And she's like, "Why is this so important to you? Like, I know you were looking into the ghosts of the ski lodge and all that kind of thing, but I didn't think that aquatic things, except for, those fish."
And there's a lot of things that interest me, actually, Victoria. But this is the reason. And Izzy, thinking that Victoria doesn't know that Daisy doesn't know about the ice fish, she lifts up the back of Daisy's hair to show the mark of the Deep Dark. Daisy is the person that the Deep Dark has marked.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
And Daisy looks and goes, "I mean, Dr. Victoria, is it terminal?" And you see that Benny kind of like looks incredibly concerned at that joke. And Victoria puts the book down and she goes, "Well, it's a lot more serious than I thought. Okay. When did this mark show up?"
Izzy looks over at Daisy. Last night at approximately 6:59 p.m. And 6:59 p.m. today, they're going to try to come and collect. Oh gosh.
But Victoria kind of nods and goes, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So-
Collect. You mean that this... And she starts flipping through the book that she had just picked out, and she turns the pages to you, and you see this, like, 1800s style ink drawing of a very large tentacled creature. She goes,
yeah.
Is it something like this?
Yeah. Pretty much.
All right, because this wreaked nothing but havoc on the good old sailors of the Great Pirate Age. Now, you see here is that they would draw on their maps exactly where they seem to have found it, which seems like it was more towards the middle of the Atlantic before, but I suppose it could have migrated and... Oh. All right.
And it has a little bit of help on the land side.
Benny goes, you know our lovely, lovely parents, Victoria. And she goes, I'm familiar with them. And Benny goes, well, one of their uber besties is, unfortunately a bad man. She goes, what? One of your parents' colleagues is a bad person? Amazing.
Would have thought. No. But that colleague and an associate of his are both trying to bring about the Deep Dark. So we have a few things to contend with, and any information about the Deep Dark, weaknesses, and or people that on land might be able to help meet us on the beach by 7:59 p.m. tonight to confront this thing would be very much appreciated.
She nods and she's like, well, I can put out an emergency meeting to our Tri-Cities sort of council. And she goes, would you excuse me for a moment?
Totally.
And you see her go into, like, her back rooms, and you hear, like, something whine a little bit. And she comes back, and she's holding in her arms a creature that you've never seen before. It looks to be just, like, an incredibly wrinkly pig. And you see that it's got, like, little tears in its eyes. And she's holding it up like holding up Simba. And it's, like, pretty much, like, the size of, like, a medium-sized dog, like, beagle-sized. And she goes, well, this little guy's not super tough, but he can at least be a good distraction.
A wrinkly pig? I'm not here.
Victoria, I've never seen, what?
She holds him and goes, oh, my apologies. And she, like, holds out its little paw, like, a hoof, and she goes, I call him Reggie, but he's a squonk, you see. And they're pretty tough. They're pretty tough little guys. They, really, their biggest thing is that they cry a lot and can be very distracting.
Hey, a squonk.
For those that don't know, the squonk is a legitimate cryptid, and it's found in the Pennsylvania area, and it's literally, the whole thing of it is that it is just a wrinkly pig who cries because he's so ugly.
But it's real? So it's not a cryptid, though, so it's
a legitimate cryptid, but it's, like, not been cited before. Exactly, the squonk.
Oh. What? How did Victoria catch that?
She grins and goes, I have my ways.
Willa's not here. She's
Willa's like, man, Victoria's
the audience
cool.
demands to know, Victoria, where did you acquire Reggie?
Can we have an origin story for you?
Oh, we can play around with Victoria. I love Victoria.
Victoria is such a G. As soon as we met her, I'm like, I'm gonna like her and I'm gonna ask her for help at all these different points. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Listen,
Okay.
don't even get me started on my crack ship of Victoria and Arthur.
What?
There's nothing I love more than old people in love.
back that up and replay it. What the fuck?
What?
We'll get there. We'll have a
You
lovely
can't just
little one.
drop that bomb and just scoot it under the rug.
This is you're talking about my favorite NPC. Meeting another NPC that I truly love and enjoy.
We can have a Spotify original that is the matchmaking episode for two old people.
Dick Arthur.
It's Izzy and Willa setting up a senior dating account for Arthur, and they somehow rig it so Victoria and Arthur match.
Oh my god.
I mean, she's in Diamante now. She
She is. And he's like, Arthur, could you go pick up the book from Victoria's bookshop for me?
Oh my god. But
I love it.
anyways, back to this, and Victoria's like, I don't know if anybody else has really found any sort of creatures. I was really just gonna keep Reggie because he I found him and he was kind of hurt, so I nursed him back to health, and then he didn't really want to go back out, so I just keeping him as a pet. But he can be quite loud and quite distracting, so it could at least give you guys some time. And then if we get any other reinforcements of any contacts I have, then at least that could be helpful.
Huh.
And she
thank you. Yeah.
looks at Benny and she goes, Benny, darling, go check in the back room too. There's there's a couple things that you might find useful. And like Benny kind of looks and like looks back to you guys and looks at Sam and like kind of holds out his hand just a little bit, and Sam takes it and like they go together. And you hear Benny go, "Holy shit!" and like turns around and goes, "Why do you have like 8 swords?" And Victoria smiles and she goes, "Every good monster hunter needs an armory. Borrow whatever you need."
Don't tell Willa this! What the fuck?
Hold up. Can Izzy go see this armory? What else is here?
Yeah, so she has like a little like closet area that has like, you see it's got like pole arms, it's got nets, it has like various different like almost like the crab pots from Stardew of like little cages of like essentially traps to catch things, and then also like little Bowie knives and swords and like just any sort of protective things. You do notice she doesn't have any guns because that doesn't seem to be her vibe.
Aren't fair. Does she have any fencing equipment?
Yep, she has a couple rapiers.
Wow.
Well, hello there.
You never know if you have to fence with the slime.
Izzy kind of points at the nets and she's like, you should probably grab that. We're going to an ocean. A net's probably a good idea. Mm-hmm. And she kind of like backs out of the armory and she's like, Victoria, how long have you been doing monster hunting for?
And she has put Reggie down and he's just kind of like running around the store now, and she's like, honestly, I really can't remember. Longer than not, let's say that.
Fair enough. Can Izzy try to make Reggie like her? Or at least not hate her?
Do an animal handling check.
Roll me a persona check. Oh, no.
Okay.
Roll to touch its heart.
Oh, God.
Which I think might also just be persona, or it might be emotional.
No, it's emotional. It's emotional. Damn
yeah,
it.
Roll to touch his heart.
Come on. 12's all the way.
8. It's fine. It's fine.
You approach, and he looks up and is just like, but like you put your hand out like almost to like a cat, and like you see it like give some sniffs and like taps its nose against your hand, and it feels kind of gross. It's kind of smelly. It's kind of gross.
Izzy has like a shiver run like all through her body, starting from her hand, like all those animes that you would see.
Like
she kind of like
shiver.
Yeah, that shiver, exactly that shiver. And she's like, "Oh, so good to meet you, Reggie."
Reggie sees your shiver and goes, and starts walking away.
Oh fuck. Hey Sam, Do you want to meet Reggie?
Sam's like,
I mean, I crocheted one of these like a while back, but I didn't think they were real, you know?
You should show Reggie the thing.
Well,
If
I mean,
you have a
it's-
picture.
It's at my house. Like, I can't.
If you have a picture.
and like you see Sam starts looking through their pictures, and Benny leans back and goes, Izzy, Daisy, what all do you think we need from here? If we're like stocking up?
Izzy very quickly, and so Reggie doesn't see, pulls out her little small bottle of hand sanitizer and just rubs down her hand real quick.
Yeah.
But she's like, right, probably long range weapons, the pole arms, the nets, probably for anyone who doesn't already have a weapon. Might be good. So like, or maybe like a defensive shield, because I don't exactly want people to feel like they have to fight. They just have to be protected.
Sam is like,
That would be great. I would appreciate that.
So yeah, so like Sam would have to be protected, and then Josh and Caleb and Daisy.
you see that Daisy is kind of like, she's like holding her neck, and she's kind of like leaning against the wall by the armory. And she looks and she goes, I'll be fine, Izzy. I'll be okay.
No. Just in case, I need you to have a good weapon, because a baseball bat is not going to do it, and also you don't have your baseball bat. So that's point is mute. So go into the armory and pick whatever you want. And the next time we're at a store, you can still pick whatever you want, and I will actually purchase it.
And Daisy goes, oh.
These we're going to have to return. Unless you really want to keep it, and then I will have to talk to Victoria.
Victoria's like, I mean, we could put it on layaway. Wink.
So go pick out whatever looks fun and something that will hopefully protect you, like a shield or a net or armor, leather armor. I don't know, Victoria.
The chainmail in the closet.
You hear Daisy in the armory, and she goes, Izzy, don't talk about getting me in leather in front of my brother. Jeez.
Izzy is like, okay, have fun, and then just like backs away from the armory.
Izzy, I need you to roll a quick mental check.
Oh, great. Okay. What is that? I can't see shit. That's a 9.
You start to step away from the armory, and like a lot of the shelves are gone from the wet goods store, but there are still a few like fixtures that they left, and like a couple of things, like you see like the display of mood rings and like the shit that like every gift shop has but nobody buys. And then you see a jar. It's labeled as bath salts. And you see that there is what looks to be a sort of green mold growing inside of it. And it starts to twist the top of the jar.
Oh.
Bitch. Izzy, can she do a thwart? No.
Maybe hex
God.
it.
I was gonna think of like what's the one question that you have to roll to the vigilant check? Be vigilant check just to see if I know anything about this monster from seeing.
It's either be vigilant or glimpse the truth.
I think they're both mental though.
They are. Be
Okay.
vigilant is for potentially dangerous. Glimpse the truth is just to investigate what's really going on.
I guess glimpse the truth would make the most sense.
Yeah, glimpse that truth.
Yeah. Okay, I rolled an 8.
Okay,
What is
so
the
you can hold 1, which is what happened here, what's about to happen, the most dangerous thing here. the most useful thing here, what needs to be protected, what here is not what it appears, who's in control, what new or useful information, and what sort of creature is it.
What sort of creature is it?
It's the algae!
No! The algae all the way from Arc 1!
It's the sleepy algae.
From the water plant!
In the bath salts?
In the bath salts.
In the ass salts.
Ass salts.
Oh shoot, what was the weakness? What was the weakness? Was it fire? I think
Fire.
it was fire.
Mhm.
Oh no. I feel like we should have swapped
Izzy?
places.
Izzy is going to take the little algae and scurry to a somewhere in the back
Mhm.
that she can blast it with acid.
Yep. You head to the back, and there's like kind of like a back kitchen area, like a little bathroom, like for staff only. There's some like toilet paper and stuff all stacked in there. It's like an incredibly like not aesthetically pleasing bathroom because it's like all the cleaning supplies are just stuck in there. Like every retail bathroom for employees only.
Izzy kind of like sets it down and like kind of closes the door because she doesn't want Victoria to see her spit acid. I don't know, she might have seen it in her old days, but like Izzy kind of like readies acid to just and lifts the lid to just spit acid into it.
It like glorps out,
Ugh.
and like you see it start to like try to grow up and like grow towards you.
Are you gonna help me defeat Mariana, or do I have to kill you?
It does not like process that.
It remembers.
Acid.
Mhm.
Immediate acid. Fuck this bitch.
Roll me a clash. Roll me a clash, but use your mystical. Because you're throwing acid.
Okay. Dirty 12.
Woo!
You absolutely blast this thing, and you see it like back onto the walls and like kind of like splats,
Ugh, you gotta clean that up now.
which is it's a little gross. And you see that like the there's like rift essence coming from the ass salts that are still there.
Ugh. It smells bad in there.
Izzy turns the vent. She turns on the vent of the bathroom.
I would like you to roll a mental check, please.
You little son of a bitch.
A mental check for ass salt.
Yeah.
Yes.
The ass salts are assaulting you.
That's a 6.
You didn't divine anything, and you didn't touch anything to see the past, but you're almost teleported into a memory. And you see a younger Mariana, and she is in a pretty cool little outfit. Like it's very like 80s magical girl style, like an older style of magical girl uniform. And you see her in the tide pools that you've played in. And you see that she is cupped up some algae in her hand, and you see that the algae like morphs itself up and gives her a little kiss on the nose. And she laughs and like starts to kind of play with it like it's like a little puppy, like a little toy. And like it's crawling all over her hands, and she looks at peace. And as the memory starts to fade, you hear her voice, and it goes,
Uh-oh.
"Well, you're just my little baby, aren't you? You're just my little guy. Don't worry, Mama's gonna protect you forever." That's a surprise tool that we'll use a little later on.
Well, there's one opportunity that we lost to try to recruit Mariana. That's 1 point gone. Mariana will remember this.
Oh, it's a magical creature. Maybe. And then I was like, no. Not if it's gonna make me
Well,
fall
listen,
asleep.
it wasn't responding to you if it wanted to convert sides, so that's our reasoning.
Go.
Oops.
We also kind of have a feeling that Mariana might just like need help. Need some good counseling.
Yeah.
She needs to go to therapy.
This is the real, moral of the whole story. Go to therapy.
Go to therapy, kids. Don't play
Hey
with
kids,
algae.
Caleb McCartney here, everybody's favorite swim boy. I'm here to tell you that therapy's a good time.
I need this now. I need to go.
I feel like
I need to go to the old Sailor Moon series, crop out the Sailor Moon Says bit of the thing, and then slap Caleb's face on there instead.
that is exactly what I
need
want
it
to
so
happen.
much. I need it so much.
Oh my god.
I need it as a sticker to put on a water bottle and have it be the most obscure reference.
Oh, jeez.
Caleb is also giving me the, is this, and it's the guy with the butterfly?
Is this a pigeon?
Oh, that's. I love it. I love it.
Caleb, easy to go. Okay. Woo! Focus.
But yeah, so there is algae around the walls, and like you see that there is some kind of water damage on the walls, just based on buildings being old and old people not tending to them well. And you see like the little bits of algae that are still there start to like slowly over to the wet spots.
Since it's not dead, could Izzy try to just collect it back in the jar?
You can. I'm going to need you to roll that for me. I'm going to need you to roll a thwart peril.
Put some like rubber gloves on real quick.
Yeah.
Don't touch me, I'm sterile.
Oh god, Izzy probably left the gloves in the car.
Oh no.
You can magic it in your hand. The I wish.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm thinking about the I wish, but I have to roll that thwart peril. That is a 10.
Woo! You set out what you tried to do. So you have the jar and you just sklurp it back up, and you see that it's significantly less algae than before, but it like almost nestles into the salts and like settles in comfortably.
I'm going to summon a little fly. Bzz. I need you to just hang out on the top of this lid and just tell me if it tries to get out. Cool. And then just a really quick I wish. Could I do any type of cleaning magic in this fucking bathroom, please?
Roll me a wish, yeah.
Okay.
Prestidigitation.
Technically, it doesn't actually work. But
Roll
I
me a
really
cleaning
want to
check.
Oh my god. 7.
You get a little bit. Like this bathroom will never be clean, but it's better. Like it's not making you itch to be in there.
Right. Okay. Is he taking the little jar of her new prisoner? Prisoner of war?
Hostage.
Hopeful friend, hostage, yes, hostage. And exits the bathroom with it kind of cradled against her. And as she goes back out into the main room.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't go in there for a while. It kind of has a smell.
Sam goes,
It wasn't me.
"Wait, no, it's okay. And like they lean in close and go, I get it. Like breakfast was really good, but like it totally didn't settle in my stomach well.
Yeah.
You need any like Tums? I got some in my bag.
No, I think it's worked its way through. I'm good.
They nod and they go, cool. But you see that Benny is like up towards the front of the store and is talking on the phone and like very hushed. And you see that Daisy's kind of like at his side and like she's leaning kind of against him.
Izzy would like to go check on the welfare of her girlfriend, please.
Roll me a persona check.
Persona. 10.
You kind of like get up closer, and the Schwartz twins look at you, and they give you like a nod as if allowing you into the conversation. And you see that like Daisy is leaning against her brother, but it's more so to hear the phone call than for support. So she definitely is like looking a little paler. And you hear Benny go, yeah, we understand that there's a storm. And guess what? We're adults and we were able to take care of ourselves. And just because you are trying to shut off our cards doesn't mean that we're going to come crawling back to you. You know what? We have made our decisions, and Daisy and I are perfectly capable of figuring out our futures on our own. Okay? And you hear Obadiah go, young man, that's not the way that you should be talking to your parents. And they're in a bit of a heated argument.
Can Izzy provide emotional support by just being physically present?
Roll to touch their hearts.
Come on. Good numbers. Good numbers.
I think that's a dirty 12.
Oh!
You have two hands, and you take one of each of the Schwartz twins' hands, and they look at you, and you see just a wave of calm across them. And you see Daisy kind of like stands up a little taller, and she goes, you know, the funny thing is that you guys never asked us what we actually wanted to do. You never asked us if I wanted to take over the business. You never asked Benny what he wanted to do. You never even came to one of our bandits shows. We don't need you. And by the way, I'm gay. And Benny goes, I also am gay, but not as much. And Benny hangs up, and he looks at you, Izzy, and Daisy looks at you and like rests her forehead against yours. And Benny's like, okay, well, Daisy, you still know that that lawyer out in Ingleville? Because I think we're going to need her, because I am about 99.9% sure our parents are going to sue us. And Daisy is still like her forehead against yours, and she goes, that's a problem for another day.
And Meg, let's just defeat the Deep Dark today, and then we can get a lawyer tomorrow.
Daisy's like, we'll defeat the big, scary, evil tentacle monster today, and then we'll take our parents to court.
That's the
Sounds
big
good
scary
plan.
monster there.
And
Yeah, the
Benny's
court
like,
law.
I mean, we are entitled to all the bonds that we earned through pageants and through all of that, so.
Well, if you guys want, there's extra rooms at my house after all this is over, or we can talk about all that. Arthur would love to have you. I, of course, would also love to have you. That's a no-brainer.
Benny's like, well, since Arthur wants us so badly, well, I suppose we could do that.
Yeah, he has been begging me to bring you around, especially you, Benny. He just cannot get over you. Oh,
What can I say? I'm adorable.
so sweet. You know, he saw that Alice in Wonderland outfit of yours, and he just loved it so much.
Benny immediately flushes and goes, oh, yeah, that was great. It was so good.
And those home videos, loves it. He loves this certain expression of yours, very much like Zoolander, and he just loves it. He cracks up every single time.
Get him, Izzy! Get him!
And Benny puts an arm around you and like starts to give you like a noogie and is like, you are such a good friend, Izzy. You're so good.
Get off me. Oh. Izzy kind of like puts her hands on her head. She's like, not even Willa gives me a noogie. She did once, but it really hurt.
Daisy like wraps you up in her arms and like puts her chin on the top of your head and looks at Benny and goes, how old are you? Like, nobody noogies anymore. Come on.
Get him,
Izzy's
Daisy.
like, I have scary girlfriend privilege.
But yeah, was there anything else that you wanted to either research from Victoria? Because she essentially like
Of Deep
is
Dark?
getting you reinforcements for the evening.
Okay. Other than any potential weaknesses, either like if it's bludgeoning, stabbing, if it's lightning, like acid, fire, like what the Deep Dark might be like weak to, and or the power set or move set that it might have.
You see the
Like
book that
controlling
she
people's
was
minds?
referencing, and I will give you a mental check to see if you can glean anything from it.
Oh, okay. Okay. We got this. We'll use the die that kind of reminds me of the Deep Dark and Stanley.
Spooky.
Deep Dark gave me a 6, Stanley gave me a 1. I get a +2, so that's a 9.
All right.
There you go.
Let's go.
It's a very like detailed book. It looks to be more of a book that details paranormal things that happened during the Great Age of Pirates. So it like kind of details like big dragons in like water, Nessie kind of creatures, like kaiju sort of things like that would attack ships and sailors. And as you read a little bit more about the Deep Dark, you see that it almost was like inky in a way. Like sources would describe it as like so malleable that physical weapons would not work against it. Like cannon fire did not work. And like it would almost drench ships and everything in a sort of inky black mixture. Some called it like an ink rain.
Okay. Did it ever seem to like force people to like walk into the ocean or fight for it?
Roll me a mental check again.
That's a 6.
You turn the page, and there is what looks to be like a quill done drawing by one of the sailors that said to have like an eyewitness sort of vision of this. And it is a drawing of like a beach scene with what looks to be a shipwreck in the background, the beginnings of a lighthouse, and you see a few tentacles like on the beach curled around the leg of a young woman who has like a long, dark kind of fells of blonde hair. And as you look at this picture, the woman changes and looks like Daisy.
No! No!
This is a long shot, but because it's not a physical person, but could Izzy, before it changed into Daisy, hopefully, I don't know if you'll allow it, touch the drawing in hopes of having a memory? I'll do it at disadvantage.
Roll me at disadvantage.
Come on. Sixes all around. Come on.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Oh my god.
Sixes all around.
Oh, hold on. Hold the fuck on. Okay. That's a 10.
Woo!
I rolled a 6, 5, and a 3.
Nice.
Bitches. Let's go.
You touch the page and you are taken back. It's a beach. It looks pretty similar to like Diamante Beach, but not with like Jake's boat stand isn't there. Like the things you know of Diamante Beach are not there. You do see like a very large lighthouse that is turning and kind of like shining its light out to the sea, and you see this blonde woman. She's in a fairly decent looking dress. It's like not super fancy for the time period, but like she's pulled up her skirt so you see her bloomers, and like is running around on the beach, and like it's nighttime and she's really enjoying herself, almost as if this is like a time that she has some freedom. And as she kind of splashes along the water, you see these tentacles, almost shadow-like, start to come up towards her. And you feel as though you want to yell out to her. You want to tell her to stop. You want to tell her to run. You want to tell her to go. And she turns and she almost seems to be looking at you. And she looks like Daisy. She looks like Daisy a lot. It is Daisy. And then you hear in your mind this sort of feeling of, it's not that your woman is special. It's just that I know that it'll bother you so much. And you are brought back and you take 3 damage. You also hear Daisy make a noise of pain, almost as if she took 3 damage. Well.
Those sons of fucking bitches.
Hey, how many hit points does an NPC have in this game?
Don't worry about it.
That's a very good point. What?
Don't worry about it. She's good. She's still kicking.
Izzy closes the book and kind of turns to Victoria. Do you mind if I borrow this?
Honey, you can have it, sweetheart. You just take it, baby. No, when an old lady calls you baby.
And just a real quick question. How much do you know about cryptic around Diamante?
There's really not a ton.
Or if you do know someone who does, if anyone knows of a disappearance of a blonde woman at the beach at around the time that bloomers were worn. I don't know if that's the.
Victoria looks and goes,
"I'm so sorry."
Well, Izzy, I wear bloomers. I find them very breezy and comfortable. But
Hey, Victoria, but
and she
it was normal for everyone to wear bloomers when they were in their early 20s.
She smiles and she goes, I mean, it's definitely something I could look into. What time did you need all of this by?
Preferably before 7:59 p.m. tonight.
6:59 p.m.
6:59.
Shit, yeah, 6:59. Never mind.
Trying to get another hour out of me.
No, because Victoria would have been late because she's like, "Oh, it's 7:30. I got time." And
Got time?
You don't.
We're dead on the beach.
Victoria shows up and goes, oh shit, I forgot to change my watch. But she's like, let me make a few calls.
Thank you. And if anyone else seems to know anything else about the Deep Dark or has any other books, that would be very appreciative. But thank you.
The door opens and you hear someone go, you're seriously not open yet? And Karen is standing there and she goes, listen, my daughter needs a book for school. And the closest Narns and Boble is 3 towns away. Why are you not open? And Victoria kind of looks and goes, oh, it's you. She already doesn't like
Her?
And Karen kind of steps in and she goes, where are the books for kids? What? And she looks at you, Izzy, and goes, you're the one who lost my kid, aren't you?
I am not. I am the one that helped. No, I didn't work that day, but I do work at the daycare.
She goes, we're headed out of town and my kid is sick and I need to get her a book for school. Just get it for me. Do you work here or are you just standing here?
The store isn't open. It was purchased 3 days ago. As you can see by the boxes of unpacked goods.
Karen folds her arms and goes, try telling that to my sick kid in the back seat.
Not Victorian plague-ridden child Henrietta.
She turns to Victoria.
She isn't even talking, which isn't like her. And we have to evacuate and Just give me a book for a kid.
Where are your kids' books packed?
Victoria kind of like looks between the two of you and she pulls out a book that says Mothman's ABCs and hands it over and goes, "First one's on the house, sweetheart." And like wrinkles her nose, and Karen looks and goes, "This isn't suitable for a child. What is this?"
All books here are paranormal. Even the children's.
My Little Pony, but it's My Little Ghost.
I got a 10.
Woo!
She takes it and goes, "I guess this is fine. I'm just gonna yelp about this, okay?" And like looks and goes, "Shouldn't you be like leaving? Aren't you people like afraid of this storm?"
Helping assist the local police department by ensuring that everyone has evacuated. I'm so glad that you have your free book for your sick daughter, and both of you guys are both heading out.
Karen
That's
narrows her
awesome.
eyes and goes, "Oh, I see. So you guys are siding with Mayor Goldsmith? Huh?" Because everybody knows, at least everybody on my base book has been talking about how it's just Mayor Goldsmith trying to, essentially do a coup and get her mayoral office back. How would that even work?
I don't know anything about that. I'm a high schooler.
She rolls her eyes and goes, "Typical youth, not paying attention." Anyways,
Exactly.
my kid's in the car. I've got to, she's got the AC on and is listening to her favorite tunes, but like, I gotta go. And you see Karen leaves and zooms away with the facsimile of Henrietta that Dirk Jensen Jr. painted.
Oh.
Please, do I still have my fly on Henrietta's clone?
Yep. And like, you see that this painting, like, it looks a little more two-dimensional, like as if time is making it less realistic.
Oh no.
But
how did she not know?
Wrapped in a blanket and put in a car seat. And he's sitting there very much like, And you see that Karen throws the book into the backseat and goes, "Here, read this." And starts driving off.
What a shitty mom. You think she would be paying more attention to like, why does my daughter look gray? Why does she look two-dimensional?
Why is she sleeping like a Victorian orphan?
The plague.
Oh, mother.
Think about the.
What a shitty mom.
I am dying.
Mother, I crave violence.
Mother, I crave the cocaine cough syrup.
Bro, I can't believe that was the actual thing. This back in the day was horrendous.
Listen, that shit made kids sleep. Or, like, the...
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%. Of course they did. Is she just gonna text the group? Can she hit the walkie-talkie?
You could. We're in 25 miles of each other.
yeah.
Cool. Izzy hits the walkie-talkie. Izzy coming into beach team, over.
Beach team reading you loud and clear, over.
Okay, bookshop team, we just had a run-in with a one Karen, mother of Henrietta. She procured a children's Mothman ABC book. Henrietta does look a little two-dimensional, but mother doesn't seem to have noticed anything. Over.
You hear Dirk kind of swear under his breath, and Henrietta goes, "I get so much better than an ABC book. Oh my gosh."
But it's Mothman, though. That's pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, but it's an ABC book. That's for babies.
Also, your mom sucks not knowing that your clone looks a lot paler and more flatter than you.
Henrietta sits with that thought as if she had never thought that she could say that her mom sucked. And goes,
Your mom sucks. You can say it.
"Huh. My mom sucks!" And she like stands up and shouts it up.
Also, Team Ocean has recruited one Zoe. I like whisper closer into the walkie-talkie. She really doesn't look good. She looks kind of fucked up. It looks like that she got like ousted from like Mariana's circle group because she's been cut off, and it looks like that she's having a really hard time. So now she's gonna talk to the jellyfish on our behalf. So we're gonna see how this goes. We're at the tide pools. Over.
Hi, over. Maybe give her some rift water? Stanley has some in his little ball. But also this is also I found a really cool book on the Deep Dark, and there might have been another person from Diamante that was kidnapped by the Deep Dark, probably in the 1800s. They were wearing bloomers, and we'll see. But I found a couple attacks that maybe they could do, and Victoria has a whole armory.
What?
Over.
What? Over?
A whole armory. And Izzy lists off like the items that are in there. So I don't know if that would be something that the boys want in on.
Yes.
I can grab something real quick. Over.
I'm answering them for you. For answering for them. Yes, get them swords. Are there broadswords? Are there bastard swords? Are there short swords? Are there great swords? Are there war hammers? Are there war axes? Over.
Ask you too, Victoria, because I'm not sure of the difference of any of those weapons. Over.
Okay. Over.
Hey, sweetie, that was the dorkiest thing that you've ever said. Over.
Okay, listen, lady. Listen, lady, I'm not the one with the big old closet full of weapons that are not made out of foam. What do you got, lady?
Remember, say over. Over.
What are the swords? Over.
She describes them to you, and like she does have one broadsword and one like just kind of regular sort of like two-hander.
I would like them all, please. Over.
She goes, I'll send them with Izzy. I would like these back.
Okay.
That didn't sound very convincing. Over.
I will do my best to return them to you. Over.
Do we all reconvene at original location? Over.
The beach is kind of overrun by government people. And also Greg. I threw a firecracker at them to distract them. I don't know how long it's gonna work. But unless if we like meet up at a different spot on the beach.
Could meet up at near the lighthouse. Over.
The lighthouse! We never go there.
No, conveniently that is also where the blonde woman went missing. Way back when. I don't know any information about but Victoria's working on it.
Maybe
Over.
she haunts the lighthouse. Over.
Maybe we can find a ghost. Over.
We can go ghost hunting. Over.
We're gonna pick up some pizzas and we're gonna meet you at the lighthouse. Over.
Over. I tell this to everyone else. Did Zoe go back in the water to...
Yep, Zoe went into the ocean.
Okay.
Like she kind of like slipped away and slipped down into the sea.
Okay. Yeah, I whip around and I tell everyone, okay, we're meeting at the lighthouse. Izzy has some weapons for you guys, and I point to both Josh and Caleb. Because you're not going in by yourself with nothing.
Josh is like, what do you mean weapons?
This lady's a monster hunter.
Caleb goes, oh, that's cool. And Josh is like, what do you mean?
Monster hunter! What do you mean what I mean?
No, but like, a monster hunter? Aren't you a monster hunter, technically?
I'm not a cryptid monster hunter.
Probably not. No.
No.
Oh, sorry. Walkie talkies.
No, don't worry. I had the speaker on. I had like the little like grippy thing on this entire time, so Izzy's listening to this.
Does you're going to The Witcher?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Josh goes,
I don't know. I'm trying to process all this. I want to keep the swords, but we gotta return them. So
you're gonna let us help you?
yes.
Josh smiles and goes, all right. We're not gonna let you down. And Caleb goes, I hope mine's bigger. Probably will be. And then he just gives a look to Josh, and Josh is like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Willa in the back of her brain is like, just kiss already.
True enemies to lovers.
God damn.
This is from Claire, not from Izzy. Izzy doesn't know much about the
Listen,
what is the Caleb Josh ship? Are we calling? Is it Jilla? No.
Jaleb.
Never mind.
Jaleb.
Jaleb. Is it Jaleb?
Yeah.
Is it
Listen,
Jaleb? Okay.
M, the DM, is self-indulgent. The GM that is presiding over this game is reining herself in.
Yes.
But M, the fan of like her own show, is self-indulgent.
Yes.
Totally
Yes.
fair. So totally fair. I mean, who knows? College arc. We'll see what happens with the boys.
I mean, everybody experiments at college.
Mm.
With that, we will put our bookmark in as we go to the lighthouse and hit 7 p.m. at our next session.